The birds are chirping, the sun is shining so that I don't even need background lighting. I think it's light enough. If not, we have to power through this now. And since this is such a beautiful day, let's just bash some brands because I am doing today, as you read in the title, my Controversy Friday. I haven't done one in quite a while, mainly for the fact that I couldn't think of a good question to discuss. But lately, I have been coming across some behaviors of brands that really make me question if they are aware of the fact that they are posting from a brand account and not from a personal account. So I ask you basically, what for you is really unprofessional brand behavior in the social media world? And this time, usually I start with your opinions and then I just mix mine in. This time, I actually want to start with my own opinion, mainly for the fact that I do have some specific screenshots from brands, what they did, and these brands are basically the reason why I started to think about this topic. I wanted to say why I started doing this. No, I started to think about this topic of unprofessional behavior because we are always saying that certain influencers are unprofessional, whatnot, but I think we barely talk about unprofessionalism when it comes to the brand's appearance on social media. So as per usual, I just swooped a bit to the side so I can pop up my screenshots here. And first of all, I want to give that little information that I am not holding back. I will say brand names, I will criticize them in all of the cases. In this first case that I want to discuss, I will not. There are certain reasons for that. First of all, I think the behavior of the brand is very unprofessional, what they did. I don't think that this is something you should share in your socials at all. Doesn't matter if it's the brand account or a personal account, because this brand owner here posted from the brand's Instagram this here. She wrote, "Sorry guys, I'm having a night emergency. My water breaks. It's only 23 weeks. I might lose my baby. I'm not sure how long I will stay in the hospital. All messages and emails will be not replied in a short time." Out of respect for this very, very sad thing that is happening here, I will not say the brand name. I just want to point out the fact that I think this is ultra unprofessional. There are so many ways that a brand can just communicate, "Sorry, we have an emergency. We can't respond to emails at the moment." And that would be enough. And I think if that is not enough, even worse was the fact that this brand then, kind of 12 hours later, made this post on Instagram. They wrote, "The sad news is that I miscarried. I lost my baby. For the safety for both of us, it's only 23 weeks. We have no choice but to give up. I still have 3 young kids to care after. We have a Chinese culture that I need practice postpartum confinement for 30 days to recovery. During these days, this account will be silent, not posting reels, feeds, whatever. But IG story will keep active, cause I'm the only person operate this account, but don't worry, our small team is processing orders domestically and internationally every single day, weekend excluded. I appreciate all the sweets I received in the DMs. I am so touched in my deep heart." I feel very, very sorry for that brand owner that happened. This is just such a sad thing to happen to anybody. And I, for some reason, do understand why she shared this. But again, this is a information. Oh, I have a hair here. I myself wouldn't even share on my personal Instagram account because I think this is something so deeply personal. This has nothing nothing to do on social media. This is nothing you should shout out in an Instagram fucking story or post. And I thought about this post and story a lot, and my first thought, well, maybe this is again a cultural thing that I, as a European, just grew up with different with different mannerisms, that we are just not oversharing so much. But I'm honest with you, I am not very familiar with the Chinese behavior, if Chinese people are oversharing, if this is something they do naturally. Please educate me if that is the case. I just can, as per usual, tell you my thoughts from my own point of view, but I'm very, very open for new point of views. Please always keep that in mind when we discuss things like that. I can only tell my side of the truth and my personal truth in my own bubble, but my bubble is open for your opinions. As long as they're respectful. You know the deal. But to me, this is just a no. This should not be communicated on social media from a brand owner that way. Again, this is the only case here actually where I keep the brand's name a secret, because I think just out of respect that is the right thing to do. I can still criticize that, but I don't think that I should drag the brand's name here. Let's move on to another brand that I have been publicly roasting in the past weeks on my Instagram account. The thing is, the brand has a certain palette that I want to have. Because the color story of that palette, delicious. By the way, today in this video, I will be finally using another palette from my chopping block pile, and this is the Gloss Gods What's Your Power palette. I am still unsure if I want to keep this or not. What I already know is that I will not do a lot of looks with this. Oh my god. It was flaky up here. This is not a palette I want to do 3 or 4 looks with. I just want to dig into that palette to make a decision whether or not to keep it. And since this is so light, and you know me, I need my deep shades, I'm also pulling in the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes Neutral that I actually haven't used since I tried it the first time, because this palette is one of my lowest rated in my collection. But it kind of serves a purpose, you know? This is just one of those silent in the background sitting basic bitch palettes that come in handy from time to time. I'm talking about the brand Kaima Cosmetics. If you're not familiar with Kaima Cosmetics, they're the ones who have these single shimmer glitter eyeshadows. They swatch a mile on the body. They look fantastic, and they have one certain palette, these Skulls and Roses, that is so up my alley. But then they posted this in their Instagram story. Let me read that to you. Ghost time. So everyone tags Nikki Tutorials constantly on her page, but did you know she bought from us like 2 years ago and never bothered to put a review on? She either completely forgot or just does not like us. Just to prove a point, tag as much you want. She will never reply. Lol. Okay, bad time for me. And just so everyone knows, I honestly don't mind. It's even better to work my ass off without the help. And I can honestly say that I did it all on my own with my beautiful family of small influencers. Love you guys so much. The Underdog. This post is so cringy. At that moment, the brand died for me. I reposted this in my own stories and asked for opinions. And let me tell you, I did not screenshot all of them. I honestly don't even want to search through all the messages now. But people are confirming that this is cringeworthy. I'm sorry, but first of all, why do you as a brand feel the need to comment the fact that your loyal customers are tagging their beloved influencer that they like? Aside from the fact that Nikki Tutorials is a lying piece of shit, and is not that one beloved influencer that it used to be for me years ago. Why do you need why do you feel the need to comment this? Why do you need that? Let them tag whatever they want, and maybe at some point someone will respond and maybe not, and that's not a bad thing. And what's even worse is everything that comes after this, like I'm the underdog, I did it all by myself, I'm such a self-made girly. Shut the fuck up, Kaima Cosmetics. Honestly, this is cringe behavior. And I had the biggest respect for your brand, for the way you advertise your product. They are very visually pleasing, honestly. I'm well aware of the fact that none of these glitters they showcase in their reels and posts will look like that, but they have a talent to showcase them in a very good way, and that made me so interested in this brand. And when the skulls and roses came, I was like, you're coming home with me, but you know what? No, not now. And as if this post here is not enough, no, it keeps on giving. A couple days later, then she posted this in her Instagram stories. And most of these videos, by the way, that I screenshot here from are on TikTok, still online. She's posting these cringy TikToks with the brand account with her face. Here she says, you've seen the motivational, inspirational, kind side, but I must admit, there's also the sarcastic, unburdened, and savage side. I grew up with hate all my life. I was born into the darkness. When you have experienced it all, you become powered up with the hate because you know it's coming from a place of insecurities on their part. Hashtag hate, hashtag haters gonna hate, hashtag message to my haters, hashtag you give me power, hashtag Tom McDonald. If you don't know who Tom McDonald is a rapper. And I'm pretty sure that she is referring to the vibe of the new song God Mode from Tom McDonald. It's like a 10-minute masterpiece message to his haters. Just a little excursus here to Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald is considered very, very controversial, mainly for the fact that he says things that they're a bit hard to swallow sometimes, but in most cases he's just right. He has a very, very controversial video on his TikTok account. Well, personally, I don't think it's controversial. Maybe I get cancelled now, who knows? But basically he's saying in that TikTok that quote jobs, like you have a certain percentage of women in a leading position, a certain percentage of people of color and stuff, that this is just bullshit, and he doesn't understand when we stopped hiring people and developing people based out of what they can, out of their talents and just experiences. Why is this all connected to gender or to the skin color or to their sexual identity? And honestly, I fully agree on that. As long as you have the skills, I don't fucking care if a person is a woman or a man. If they identify as binary, are trans, are skin color darker or lighter than me, I don't fucking care as long as you do your job. And that is basically what Tom McDonald is saying. And in a lot of his songs, he's criticizing this, let me quote it, woke system. You do not have to love Tom McDonald, you do not have to listen to Tom McDonald, but when you're a brand owner and you're posting this from your brand account, what is the message you are telling your customers? You are telling your customers that you as a brand owner are an entitled piece of shit. Just saying. You can post this from your personal account. Nobody would bat an eye. Of course, when your brand account is connected to your personal account, at some case people can see what you are doing, but there is still just a difference for me if you are posting this from your personal account or if you're posting this from your brand's account, because you are dragging the reputation of the whole brand with you. Oh boy, this video, I'm very happy that I'm not wearing my Apple Watch because I think my heart rate is super high up there because it just pisses me off so much. And as if this is not enough, then Kaima Cosmetics did this. The middle syndrome. They don't respect you at the bottom, they ignore you in the middle, and they hate you at the top. You will never be enough. Focus on yourself. And then she writes, trust me when I say I will make it to the top. I will remember my supporters, ignorers, and haters. Ain't got to say they know where my head is. You are having a makeup brand. You are not battling world hunger. You are not battling racism. You are not battling the constant suppression of people in other countries. You are not solving war problems. You are not solving the worldwide financial crisis. You have a fucking makeup brand. Calm down, Karen. Oh my god, I'm sorry. This is so freaking unprofessional, cringeworthy. This is boomer behavior at its best. I don't know why nobody from that girl's family here is telling her, oh, listen girl, what you're posting is super cringy and you shouldn't do this. Let's move now on to something else that I have seen and that I just want to mention. This is a screenshot, by the way, I took by the time I'm filming this only 2 or 3 days ago. And I was a bit shocked by the fact that you can apparently now subscribe to Unearthly Cosmetics on Instagram for the premium content. You know, I know that content creators can do this at a certain follower level. You can create like a monthly subscription for Instagram and then you can see several posts that are mainly just for those who are subscribing to you. They have maybe different content, different reels, whatever. But tell me, please, when a brand is doing this, and I am shook to the core that Unearthly Cosmetics is doing this, is that correct? They are a brand. Their money comes from sales and not from subscription services on social media. That would be the same case as if Odin's Eye, or no, not Odin's Eye, let's say Lethal Cosmetics. I know that Lethal Cosmetics does post YouTube videos, not too often, but mainly for the launches. And now just imagine that you see those launch videos only when you have a paid subscription on YouTube. For Lethal Cosmetics. If you don't know, you have these like memberships for channels. I can do them too, starting at like €1, but you can basically decide by yourself how much you want to charge people. How do we feel about the fact that a brand is using this system? Honestly, I don't feel very good with this. But now I ranted enough about the things that I have seen. I really need to calm down now, so let's discuss your thoughts. And we're starting this time with the Instagram things. By the way, if you wonder where you were able to answer my question, I always put up the Controversy Friday questions on the YouTube community tab, and I also post them in my Instagram stories with this question sticker, so you can send me your answers through that stickers. And the first one is not responding to customers or only after lot tries. Bad experiences with Monolith, another brand. With Monolith, really? That's surprising, but you're not alone with that. I have seen Reddit posts on the Beauty Guru subreddit, I think it was, where people were really dragging Monolith shop. It could be the Makeup Addiction sub, I'm not too sure, but they were criticizing that they do not answer customer mails, that they are not answering at all, even in the DMs, that people don't get their items. And honestly, I never had a bad experience with Monolith. Never. I once participated in a very long run pre-order. So I think it was like 4 or 5 weeks. Usually I don't do that, but I wanted to have that certain palette, and in that pre-order process, I even asked them with the Instagram DMs how it's currently going, if we are still in the time schedule or if something else happened. And they responded me after a day or so, just updating me on the current situation. And never ever had I problems with Monolith Shop. That is actually shocking. Whenever I read that, I'm like, huh, what's happening over here? But I agree, when the brand does not respond, I think this is very, very unprofessional. And I just want to tell you, I still didn't get an answer email from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I assume honestly at this point that because we had our conversation and the solution of my problem through the PayPal chat, that they just ignore the mail. But I'm not too sure. I just wish that they would write a tiny, like, give me 2 sentences. Hey, we got your mail. We saw it. Thank you. We saw that you resolved the problem via PayPal. We are closing the case. That's good. That's it. You need 30 seconds to write that email. But I totally agree in general. When the brand does not respond to anything, that's just so freaking annoying. Getting personal. Yes, be friendly and polite, but business is business, so keep it professional. For me, it is a lot of the times the words they choose. I am not their babe. I am not their girl. I'm not their darling. Oh God, whenever I see a Charlotte Tilbury video where she starts with, hey darling, I keep on scrolling. I can't watch it. I would love to see products that she uses. I would love to see her showcase stuff because I'm still a bit of a Charlotte Tilbury fan. I'm just saying that here, but that to me is also too personal, too unprofessional, and I don't like this. No, not at all. Brands deleting all negative comments. I know PMG does it regularly. Yes, yes, yes. And it's not only Pat McGrath who does this. It is also, for example, ColourPop. When the Twilight collection was a big thing on the ColourPop side, there were like demo videos or like close-up showcase videos. I don't know who made these, if they were sent in from content creators. I have no fucking clue, but honestly, professionally, respectfully, these were the worst videos I have ever seen. They were so badly done. They were very, very annoying, even to a certain point, and people were pointing that out, and they were starting to be very, 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 very direct in the comments, and basically said that this is the worst thing they have ever seen from a brand. And if ColourPop does not have the money to pay good influencers to do their ad videos, it was borderline not okay and also very insulting in some cases. But at the end, it was kind of a critique, and ColourPop deleted it, kind of stopped the comments, and then they did this post with like, love is love or whatever, or we only love here, or friendliness, something like that. I think it's a pinned post to their website, to their Instagram account. I truly believe that we have to see this from two sides, because in my opinions, there are negative comments that are critical comments, and then there are negative comments that are insulting and not cool. Those comments, 100% you should delete. If the audience in your comments is getting at each other, you as a brand are responsible for that, and you should delete that, you should block that person, you should stop doing this. But when it's just critical comments, sorry, but if you delete critique, oh my god, I'm full of glitter, no, not a good vibe.
Let me just brush me off. What bra do I wear? It feels like a sports bra. No, it isn't.
Well, Euphoria and their black foundation is top of mind for everyone, I'm sure. Honestly, big admit here, big confession, I didn't follow that drama. I skipped all the videos about this. I watched Gloria. I think her name is Gloria. I watched Gloria's video on the Euphoria foundation that apparently is a black face paint and is not really a foundation. And I think that everybody who's criticizing this is so right. This is disrespectful. 100%. What I do not like is how this case is currently used to bash any other brand. I just today saw a post on the Beauty Guru chatter subreddit that the new Made by Mitchell Deeper Curve case also has 4 shades of black, and they don't understand how Gloria, she already did the review on this, how she gave them a good review and said that this is inclusive, because to their eyes, so the poster's eyes, the original poster on Reddit's eyes, it's all black. And so many people were commenting at them being like, what the fuck is the point of your post here? Why are you doing this? They are not black. You can even see in the ingredient list how the different pigments are mixed together. And I have bought this. When you see the video, I hopefully already have this, so I'm pretty sure that even when I, with my super pale skin, swatch this, I will be able to see that these are not black paints at all. They are super, super, super dark browns with a certain amount of black, but a certain amount of different undertones they need to work on those dark skins. By the way, I think I had some kind of chives the whole time in my teeth. So if that bothered you, I'm not sorry. I just had, before I started filming, Gordon Ramsay scrambled eggs, and if you want to argue with me, please go away, because the best way to eat scrambled eggs is in the Gordon Ramsay manner, on a slice of self-made sourdough bread. And I will die on that hill. But yeah, that whole euphoria thing is just shocking, how disrespectful and how out of reality a brand is. I never heard about that brand before, honestly, and I just hope that we never will. Sometimes not communicating at all is as bad as saying something offensive. Not responding to comments or not updating your customers appropriately is such poor business behavior, as is not apologizing for misspeaking or owning up to a mistake. I am not 100% sure what exactly these comments are referring to. I just hope they are not pointing out that brands do not say things about war, Palestine, Gaza shit. I know that here in Germany, or in general in all world, there is this movement with the watermelon emojis, and if I see at any time someone doing these, I will block you instantly. I agree on the fact that not saying anything to certain things is also a message, but I myself understand that mostly for example, shipping updates, stocking updates, maybe a update on a formulation mistake they had. The point, this owning up for a mistake, is something that I just very, very recently had to see at a online shop. This online shop made a bit of a mistake. They reposted a reel from a content creator and didn't tag her. First of all, not really cool. You shouldn't do that. That certain content creator, though, saw the repost. I think if I didn't count the timelines wrong, they commented on that post saying, hey, this is my content, please remove it or ask me for permission. And then they posted that content in their stories, pleading their audience to go over to that online shop and comment they should delete that. And I was so disgusted by the comments that people left there. First of all, this is disgusting behavior from that content creator. I'm just saying it loud. I don't think you should do this. Do those things in private, but you have thousands of followers, and you are starting a riot over a fucking 20-second shit swatch video. Honestly, shut the fuck up. The brand in the comments apologized actually and tagged the creator. I don't know if this is what the creator wanted. I don't know how they maybe even talked in private. Another point I don't understand, why did the creator not contact that shop and say, hey, you posted this, I don't want that on your page? That would be completely fine, but no, in 2024 we have to start a riot in our fucking communities by posting this in our stories and being a little piece of shit. What I want to say is, a brand who's doing a mistake is not unprofessional. A brand who's correcting a mistake is not unprofessional. But community, society, and Karens online make it seem unprofessional. A brand is still allowed to do mistakes. Should they apologize then, and should they just say, hey, we won't do that again? Yes. The way Terra Moon, for example, handled their big mistake by collabing with a anti-vaxxer, racist, whatever crystal clear makeup is in real life, was not cool, because they never really apologized. They just put up statements and words, and there was not a lot of, I don't know, like substance to that. Oh, and by the way, if what I just now talked about is not what this commenter wanted to say, I'm sorry if I misunderstood that. That's sometimes the risk of those videos, that with one comment, sometimes I misunderstand them, but I'm sorry, I don't want to offend you. Here we have it again, Pat McGrath deleting negative comments on new product releases. I am honestly quite curious how this year's Mothership is going. It must be Mothership 13, and if Mothership 13 is once again a pink palette with golds, I think people will start a riot in the comments, but nobody will see it because Pat McGrath is deleting it. A little off topic, but can I please say that this foundation brush is probably the best since the House Labs foundation brush that I ever used. And it's the Refer 31. I'm not affiliated with Refer. Again, Refer, please. I already applied via ShopMy. Please answer. Oh, the second part here of the comment is plus blocking those persons. If you are fully new here and you have never heard of what happened last year with Mothership 12 from Pat McGrath, there was a lot of drama because Pat McGrath actually, like not herself, but the brand Pat McGrath, started to delete comments that were very critical according to their point of view, but they were basically criticizing this very, very repetitive color story, and then the brand started to block actually people. I know that a friend of mine was restricted on the Pat McGrath Instagram account, which is just so ridiculous. I myself am restricted on the Glamlight account. I just want to mention that. Didn't happen to me, but Shroud Cosmetics disappearing for a month with goods undelivered. That was drama. That was fucking drama going on. And I think this was not the first time that they did this. I saw on Reddit that this was already the second time that the owner completely disappeared, no statement whatsoever, and people waited for their stuff months. And this time I think they have been absent for like half a year or so. And honestly, I don't understand how people can be so patient. If nothing happens with my order in like a week or so after I ordered, I, the first time, contact the brand and ask what's going on. If they then don't answer in an appropriate time frame, I will contact them again. And if they then don't answer again, I open a case on PayPal or file in something with the credit card. I am too old to wait. I'm sorry, but it is 2024. It is not that you answer customer questions with a letter. You can write a fucking email. You can put up an Instagram statement whatsoever so that people just know what is going on. But this, no. I will then get my money back and everything else I don't care for. I have beef with Juvia's Place because they did the customs form wrong and I ended up having to pay double the customs. 100% their fault, didn't do anything. oh, that is bad. Because this is just something you don't have a big influence on, since you really have to rely on how they fill out that customs form. That's actually really bad. And I understand that you are pissed, because this is just. First of all, mistakes here again can happen. It is now all about how did the brand handle these mistakes. And the fact that they are not willing to give you a refund or something, that is just bad. I can provide you with an example of a brand who did this much, much better, Talk and Blend Bunny. When they had to resend my Alice Atlantis palette, I said, please make sure that I don't have to pay customs again, because usually you have to pay customs. And she was like, yeah, no problem. I will label it as gift or like friends sending, and then you do not have to pay the customs. Guess what happened? I had to pay customs. And since the case with PayPal was still open, I just messaged her through that case saying, hey, your package arrived, everything is fine, but I had to pay customs, here's the receipt. And she then refunded me basically the amount of customs that I had to pay. And that was for me fine, case closed. By the way, this eye look makes me feel so uncomfortable. This is just not for me. Those ultra ass kissing reviews from influencers that those companies sponsor for. What exactly is here unprofessional in your opinion towards the brands? I don't know. To me, with this example, unprofessional is the fact that they are not informing themselves about these influencers, that they basically give them money, although the main audience of those influencers is built on lies. And to me, when brands are then interacting with these, oh, I have a hair here somewhere. It's so annoying. To me, the signal that I give is that the brand also gives a shit about honesty. The best example for that is Beauty Blender. And if you're now like, what the fuck has Beauty Blender done? Let me inform you happily. Basically send hundreds of Beauty Blenders to a TikTok content creator called Glamzilla. She is very much known for her very cringy TikToks and the fact that she is never negative. So she has no critical views and everything she tries is good. It's just straight up lying in her profile. And she did the most cringy TikTok because of those beauty blenders that she got that I have ever seen. I'm very, very happy that I only saw parts of that TikTok because I watched it on the T-Spill channel. But what she then did actually is, hey, I can do a giveaway with these. But then she said, but I would not give away mine. No, 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 no. Please, Beauty Blender, contact me and we'll do a giveaway. So Beauty Blender is providing her now with more free shit that she gives away. I think that is not only unprofessional, that also sends quite a weird message to the customers. And with that certain case, a lot of especially professional makeup artists criticize the fact that Beauty Blender is sponsoring and basically providing free shit to a content creator who earns so much money, and that they are not supporting makeup artists as they probably should do. At the end, I understand the decision from Beauty Blender because working with a lying piece of shit like Glamzilla is giving them so much more clout than working with a good, honest makeup artist. So this one I don't understand. Including bad words frequently in their communication, it's not cool. Can someone please enlighten me what bad words are? Do you mean cussing? Do you mean sexualizing words? What exactly do you mean with bad words? Because neither the cussing nor sexual words I'm bothered by. I don't think that this is unprofessional. I think it's just it's not a certain vibe. That is not right. they try to cater to a certain audience, and by mimicking the way they might speak, they try to connect on a personal level and not only on a professional level. Personally, I don't care. By the way, for my inner corner, I'm grabbing my Slayfire Cosmetics glitter palette. I would love to work with Slayfire. I have this little dream to, at some point here in my YouTube journey, I might be able to do a own palette with a brand. And if that could be Slayfire Cosmetics, that would be it. A glitter palette right up my alley. That would be so fucking cool. Is it visible? I also applied some of that glitter in a like tiny line here underneath. Since the eye look is already very out there, why not doing the glitter? Turning political or using the brand to say support this or that. It's Belle I stopped following. It's Belle as a brand, right? The name is floating somewhere, but this is what I meant earlier. A brand should not be political. Brand should stay neutral. And to me, this whole behavior in this generation here, that they are forcing brands and creators to vocalize their opinion on certain things happening in the world, is just wrong. I'm sorry, this is just so wrong. I don't know how this behavior is in other niches. I don't know if this is also in the gaming community, in the technic community. Is this like that in the food blogging community? I don't know. From the contents that I personally follow, I feel this is mainly in the beauty space like that. And I hate that. I myself will never put out a statement on a political thing. Because my space is free of religion, free of politics, free of judgment. And I personally also don't care what kind of political opinion my viewer has. And I think a brand should do the same. Let's now move over to the YouTube community answers. I knew this topic was about to come. Of course you knew, because I started posting shit about this on my Instagram stories. Oversharing is unprofessional in my view, and negative atmosphere. I mean, when the brand is complaining about difficulties with running small businesses, rude comments or customers. Bad for them, but it's not cool to make customers feel bad for the brand. Thank you. Thank you so much for this comment. This is it. 100%. And I have seen this specifically on TikTok. I have to admit, I haven't seen this so much on beauty brands, on indie beauty brands. Maybe I'm blind, maybe I'm just not following those brands who are doing this, but I see this on TikTok, on those small brands who are doing jewelry or stuff or artwork, that they are constantly complaining like, oh my god, it's so hard being an indie brand. Like, shut the fuck up, Barbara's Rubber Bar. Okay, that is just now a jingle that I have in my head. Oh my god. If you want to be entertained, I highly recommend Googling Barbara's Rhabarber Bar, or in English, Barbara's Rhubarb Bar. This is a German song from the two entertainers Bodo Wartke and Marty Fischer. They're hilarious. I love it. But I fully agree. This is just no. Honestly, me as a customer, I don't care for your behind the scenes struggles. I do care for your behind the scenes in general. So for example, Glaminatrix is from time to time putting up videos on how it looks in the lab, how the pans are filled, how glitters are mixed, and their shadows in general are mixed. I love how Little Cosmetics is constantly showing how they hand press their stuff. I love that. But I don't want to hear things about, oh my god, the orders were so small and I can't afford to feed my family. Shut the fuck up. Then go and take another job. I have basically 3 jobs currently to do so. I have a full-time job, I have my university shit, and I do this here. And honestly, at the moment, I'm putting out 5 videos a week. Do I make a lot of money here? No, I'm honest with you. In the month of April, I made €55 of ad revenue. Should I now start to do the math on how many hours of work I put in the videos that I uploaded in April to get this money? No. First of all, that's none of the subscribers' business, in my opinion. And second of all, that is with every small business so. It doesn't matter if you are self-employed and have a artwork business, if you have jewelry, or you have your own clothing line or whatever. Especially in the beginning, the amount of work you have to put in and the outcome you get out of that work. So much work and so little outcome. But the harder you work, the better you put effort into your, did I just spit? Into your brand or into your social media account. It doesn't matter. Actually, this applies to both sides. At some point, this will happen. It will balance out, and the amount of work you put in will be just smaller and smaller. And what you then get is a better outcome. You have a loyal base, and it doesn't matter if that base is subscribers or followers, or when you have a shop, a brand, a crafting service, whatever, it's your customers. Maybe I should start crying too now. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will unsub after that. Here we have a German comment. They are the most bothered that brands are deleting negative comments. This is something people mentioned now a couple of times, and if any brand is actually actively watching my videos or in the future is starting to watch my videos, this is what your audience wants. They don't want you to delete negative reviews. They don't want you to delete bad comments. I think these negative comments and negative reviews are just as important as only positive. And honestly, in 2024, people are so well used to social media and know how everything it works that they get actually suspicious when there are only positive raving comments on a brand's social. I just assume that now because I personally think it's very, very sus when a brand only has raving comments and just, oh my god, you're the best. Sorry. It is just impossible to satisfy everybody's needs and stuff. That is just not possible. McGrath Labs, comment deleting, ghosting customers, pushing religion, whining about low sales, and negative response to problematic by emphasizing that they are human and have children. Acting entitled all around, one brand tried to push an influencer into a bad contract via gossiping, but they are surely dozens, if not more. It's just not talked about. What's the brand with that push an influencer into a bad contract via gossiping? I think I heard about that somewhere, but I don't have a brand in mind. But there is something ringing in the back of my head that I either saw a video or saw the influencer talk about this. Could that be the case, or am I making this up? That sounds like a very interesting case. Jesus, so many things, but to pick one that makes me really dislike the business owner, I have to go with posting negative reviews, comments, messages from customers on social media for the sole purpose of getting panting sycophants? I think it's sycophants. A, to kiss their bruised ego better, and B, whipping them up to blindly defend them online. A professional sorts that shit out privately and knows it's part of business and not personal. They don't drag it out in public to stir up their faithful flying monkeys. Bonus negative points when the business owner pretends they're so tough and lol don't care. Hashtag haters gonna hate while making sad posts. Oh my god, you're talking about Kaima Cosmetics. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, I love you. I agree in so many ways here. One, attack people in the comments, even if the comment is rude or whatever, just delete that. 100% agree. I don't think that brands should react to rude and insulting comments. They should delete that 100%. I always forget how impactful this Dior Luminizer thing here is. And now I'm a glowing disco ball, and honestly, I'm not mad. You getting all your products lead all the time. It's not grand PR move, and I understand it can happen, but not for every release. Looking at you, Natasha Denona. Just disappearing without communication towards customers if you're not able to have someone else to do it. Looking at you, Shroud. And 4, ads where they try to drag others down. I haven't seen an ad from a beauty brand where they try to drag others. I would love to see one. Do you have an example where what I can check out so that I can just picture it to myself what you exactly mean? To work with unethical people, influencers like Michaela Neguera, I think I'm misspelling her name. Don't worry, we are all misspelling her. Actually, here in MySpace, we love to call her McLiar. You know, M-I-K and then L-I-A-R. McLiar or McLiar? I think it's McLiar, but it doesn't matter. Just pronounce her as you will, because it's kind of like with Benedict Cucumber Battlefield. We all know who's meant. I am completely fascinated by the fact that there are still brands out there who work with Michaela Neguera. I think since Lashgate, these brands should well aware of the fact that Michaela is a lying piece of garbage. And to be honest, this borderline annoys me because when I discovered her, first off, her accent wasn't that bad, like Kim Kardashian. Oh God, whenever I hear this fucking sound on TikTok, I close the app. And she just changed so much. I remember her video when she bought her house, and I felt incredibly happy for her. But at that time, we all were not aware of the fact how much she actually lies in her videos, how much she is fooling her loyal subscribers, and she's just the best example of how to not do it. But the bad thing is that amongst her, I don't know, how much does she have at this point? 16 million, 50 million followers. There will always be people who just blindly defend her. And whoever is doing this, honestly, I just wish that your sleeves will constantly roll down when you wash the dishes. That's all I have to say. Those people who believe her just deserve to be fooled. I'm sorry. Does she have great recommendations? 100%. It is because of her that I got into Glow Recipe. That was because of her. But honestly, since she is so famous and since she is doing so many sponsorships, I have honestly never heard her talking about Glow Recipe ever again. But it's basically the same as the Glamzilla thing, and I think Glamzilla is even worse at this point. Reacting very defensive to comments regarding their pricing or value for money. It screams, we know it's a scam, shut up. That or trying to guilt trip customers into buying as if their brand is a hungry child on the street. Beautiful metaphor that you use here. Metaphor is the English word. Beautiful. I agree. Although I really have to think about the pricing thing, what brand it was. The last brand where I really spoke about the pricing and that I don't understand that was Unearthly Cosmetics with their newest spring palette, because I feel like that price for the palette is way, way, way too much. And to that last point that they want to guilt trip customers in buying shit, I want to add the fact of doing this by oversharing personal family stories, things, and here I have to really, really clearly say Blend Bunny Mackinac palette. Honestly, I still think about that palette from time to time, and I, at this point, would love to try this. Really. But not with a backstory. I will not support this emotional pressuring that she did by trying to sell this palette on the back of a tragic sickness story with her father. And the last one we have is attacking people in comments, delete negative comments and or reviews, collaborating or working with less than trustworthy individuals, cough Michaela, cough, making things political when it has nothing to do with them. And I also think using AI art is pretty unprofessional, and basing your pricing off numerology is unprofessional as a whole bunch of bullshit. Wait a second. Is the pricing of Ensley Rain based off of that? I boycott Ensley Rain. I gave away the palette that I have from her. I am ignoring every release from them. I boycott them. But I always criticized their pricing because I didn't understand that. A palette with the same amount of shades and the same ratio of multichromes, shimmers and mattes was priced €20 different. Is that the reason? If so, just another reason to boycott them. I just love how this last comment basically summarized a lot of the points and what the customers really do not want to see. I tried to overline my upper lip and I'm constantly unsure if it looks ridiculous or not. Not that I just straightened my hair. No, 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 no. Now I have a dip here from this clawy thing and it looks just ridiculous. Thank you, hair claw. Screw it. It is what it is today. Thank you to everybody who just sent in their opinion. Thank you to everybody who was brave to just speak out. I know that in these times, people are a bit hesitant to name brands that annoy them, but we are not here. I will not judge you at all if you buy from these brands that I just criticized. Why should I? I don't care. It's not my money. You can do with your money whatever the fuck you want. For me, this was a very, very fun topic to discuss, actually. And I am happy AF that you and I have a lot in common when it comes to certain opinions and certain views. Please keep in mind that when I disagree with your opinion does not mean that I hate you. I just disagree with your opinion as much as you then might disagree with mine. And that is totally fine, because just with us here sharing our different opinions on things, we can together as a community grow and learn. Thank you so much. If you have a cool idea for the next Controversy Friday, please leave your idea down below. I then can think of a certain question. If not, I will think of a certain topic myself, but currently I'm kind of uninspired because I think we covered a lot of topics. I know that some people were asking for a second part of things that annoy you with content creators, what they do. I could do that. Let me just please know down below what is interesting you, and then I can just do something cool with that. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell and shit. Comment if you don't know what to comment, or if you don't know what topic to comment, then just comment controversy and that helps too. So thank you a lot, and I see you in the next one.